What's up? And welcome to One Oak Mentoring, the #1 teen virtual mentoring service program entity on this half of the hemisphere. Today, today we're gonna be doing a thing. It's called we're gonna be doing Groupon Tales, and it's gonna be one of the first stories. And it's a pretty short story, man. It happened a while back, but this is called How to Save a Life. When I first started in the group home industry, man, as soon as I started, I just thought it was like the world's greatest thing. You can get paid, to have fun, to do activities that you really care about, to work with kids and things like that. So I had been in the group home maybe like 7 or 8 months at this point in time. And I was what you call PRN. Now, PRN is basically as needed or part-time. So I was working a variation of shifts. I was working like first, second, third, or whatever the case may be. So on third shift, basically what we do, how it was structured and set up is every 15 minutes, somebody would go by and, check the dorms, to make sure the kids are all right. Sometimes each room or each dorm is like 2 kids in it, 2 to 1 kid, right? So what the structure is, you walk around, you check, okay, they all right, and then you just mark it on a sheet of paper or whatever. So this particular night, I'm there 6-7 months at this time. I forgot how many months I said, but I had kind of got into the groove of things. I had kind of got comfortable. I kind of knew the ins and outs of, what we basically do there, right? Especially on third shift. Anyway, I'm not really gonna get into that, but third shift was a real easy shift, man. I can go in there. As long as you're doing your counts, man, you're good. That's all you have to do is your counts. And you got another person with you, right? So, this is really a laid back, easy job, So all night we up playing the game or, we watching TV or whatever, or, just having fun, man. Real smooth, shift, right? But I don't know. Well, of course, a lot of you guys don't know about working third shift, but once you start to work third shift and get in the groove of working on third shift, you tend to notice around certain times of the night, you start getting really sleepy, right? Like, I'm talking about really sleepy. So you on your shifts and you walking around, man, and around like 3 or 4, for me, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, man, you always hit that point, man. And what I mean by that point, that point where you just don't care. You don't care what type of job you at. You don't care about anything. All you want is sleep. Your mind's not rational. So that's why it's very important for you guys to get sleep, because if you're up all night, your mind is not rational. You're irrational, right? So it's around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, man. I'm doing my rounds, man. Me and my partner there. So, I'm doing my rounds, and I'm just thinking like I'm dragging. I'm supposed to be walking, but I'm dragging. I got my eyes like barely lifted, and I'm dragging. I'm doing my checks, and I'm looking in. Still doing my job now, because not checking on these kids would be neglect, and that's illegal, right? So I'm doing my checks, and then I just get this overwhelming feeling of sleepiness. Have you ever had an overwhelming feeling where you feel like no matter where you're at or what you're doing, you would do anything just to close your eyes for 5 seconds to pretend like you sleep? Have you ever been that tired? One day you guys gonna have a third shift job, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But your mind is irrational, right? So I'm just sitting in there like, oh my God, Now I'm sitting on the couch. I'm just feeling an overwhelming feeling of sleepiness, man. I'm basically, in my mind, I'm like, I don't give a damn about this job anymore. Excuse my language. I don't care about this job anymore. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, because I'm just so sleepy. I'm like, why do I even sign up for this? Why am I doing third shift, man? I'm supposed to be in my comfy bed right now, just laying down, snuggled up. But instead, I'm at work. This is my mind, and negativity is kicking in, man. So I'm thinking like, you know what? How bad would it be if I got just a a little nap. Nothing major, maybe 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes. I just need 5 minutes, man, just so I can get my mind together, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, 5 minutes, it's not that bad, man. Who's gonna catch me, right? So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm slumped down. So I'm just like this. Every negative thought that you can think of is running through my mind. I want to quit this job. I'm tired of third shift. I hate this, man. This is a waste, right? So I'm barely holding on. Now, you know how you start just feeling yourself just... So I'm barely, I'm holding on, and, I start feeling myself drift just a little bit. I'm fighting it, but I'm really not. I want to stay up. I know I need to stay up, but my body and my mind at this time are telling me go to sleep, man. Shut it down, okay? So I'm feeling myself drift. I'm drifting. And then I start hearing a sound like, Now, as I told y'all, I was kind of drifting, man. So I didn't know if I was really hearing this, man, or is it just like a dream? Am I in a certain phase of sleep? Because I just keep hearing this, And so I started coming to my senses, and I'm like, hold up, man. That type of noise, I didn't know what it was, but I know that type of moaning and groaning in a group home setting at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Not too much. That can't be a good thing, man. Moaning and groaning, and you got 2 kids in the room, so that could be a whole nother thing. So then I'm thinking. So then now I'm coming to myself. I'm like, hold up, man. Something ain't right. Something's not right. So I'm coming out of my restlessness, and then I hear the moaning get louder. So I start going towards the direction of the sound, and when I get to the door, to be honest, I didn't know what I was expecting to see. But when I get to the door and I check in, this kid was actually having a seizure. So the kid was having a seizure. So, I went and checked on him, did, proper protocol. And then I called the supervisor, and then the supervisor called the ambulance, or, I think that's how it went. So basically, the ambulance, they came out there, they got him back right. He was good. He had a little seizure, but he had a history of seizures. So, I'm really glad, that he was able to get through that. But the thing about it is, if I would have dozed off, or if I would have let myself go to sleep and no one realized or said anything about this kid having a seizure, this kid could have died that night. And that would have been on my hands, blood on my hands, not necessarily blood, but, his death would have been on my hands. So, God was with me that night. The universe worked in my favor. So, yeah, man. So basically, the moral of that story is, man, you always want to be alert, stay on point. And that's pretty much it, man. But basically, I saved that guy's life. It was either, they was looking at me like I was a hero, but what they really don't know is it could have went either way that night. They could have been a hero, or I could have been the biggest criminal of all time, just letting the kid, slip into a seizure and not check on him. But that's pretty much one of my tales. Y'all guys be safe out there. And just make sure y'all guys are staying alert. Be aware of your surroundings. If something don't sound right, seem right, then it's probably not right. So y'all guys just keep that in mind. Once again, this is One Oak, man, and this is Group Home Tales. So y'all guys have a great day. I'll talk to y'all guys later.